All right, here we are for round number 4. We're on the play against Flat Baylor. Got a pretty good hand here. I'll keep it. Do need to draw another land, but you can't just mulligan 2 land hands and expect to win. Like you can't just mulligan hands that are good, even though they don't have quite enough lands in them. See what our opponent is on. I've never played against Flat Baylor 87, I don't believe, so not really sure what to expect. Red. This hand is pretty good against burn. See if that, yep, looks like we're playing against burn. Play a draw land here. No land is pretty bad. I'm not going to counter this Rift Bolt because if my opponent plays a Kill the Marauders, I'd like to false summoning it. And if my opponent plays a Thermo Alchemist, I'll Devour Flesh it. Sure. So Devour Flesh, Thermo Alchemist is very bad against blue-black. Land. Untapped land. Oh. Daggers. So I gotta decide, so if I pick up my Dismal Backwater, I do get to gain another life. But if I pick up my island, I'll have enough mana for false summoning the next turn. Don't anticipate either of those really mattering. All that matters is if my opponent can resolve something important this turn. So if my opponent gets a Thermal Alchemist down, it's possible I should have used false summoning last turn just so I wouldn't have to deal with this thing. Just figure not going to cut it, unfortunately. So my opponent is going to get 1 turn with the Thermal Alchemist. In theory, I'll probably be able to kill it. Like I'll probably be able to find something with pieces to kill it. As long as they don't have like multiple needle drops, we should be in decent shape here. Man, our opponent just had like just exactly the right stuff, and they played these in the exact order that to just own us. Unfortunately. So I'm gonna need to draw a capsize to get this off the table. It's looking like I should have just false summoned that first Thermo Alchemist. My opponent's out of cards though, so if we find anything good, we should be able to still just win this one. Like another Pristine Talisman, that would be an example of something that's good. Radiant Fountain would be good. Land is fine. I'd like to find a removal spell for this Thermo Alchemist. It's possible I should have left another black up, so if I got another Disfigure off of this thing. But that's not quite what happened. Let's go ahead and Edict. I think I'd rather have the Teachings than another counterspell. I'm going to go ahead and just Edict this right now. It's a little annoying if my opponent gets another creature, exactly a creature this turn. But I can always Teachings for another removal spell if I really need it. And I've got, now that Crypt Incursion kills, Crypt Incursion gains me 6 life now, so we should be pretty much set. Probably going to Teachings for Perplex to grab another Pristine Talisman. Alright, we got the Boneyard. Not bad, not bad. So I didn't really check to see if I tapped out and used all my mana every turn. I guess I didn't because I didn't get to false summoning anything. Alright. I think our opponent is toast. It's my favorite breakfast food for my opponents to be. Hopefully I see a Kill the Marauders here. I'm false summoning it. No such luck, huh? So let's go Teachings. Gonna grab that Perplex. There you are. Fortunately, I can't transmute as an instant, which means I can't really cast my next Pristine Talisman this turn. So I'd like to hold up my spells, but it is what it is. All right. So I got Counterspell up, False Summoning up, and Crypt Incursion up. Yeah, that'll probably do it. That'll do it for my opponent. Drawing a Thermo Alchemist, not good enough. All right, drew another Teachings. Yep, we got him. Cool. So Burn is a really good matchup for this deck for the most part. I would say that I'm not sure I've lost to it yet. I'd have to look at my chart. Maybe I lost to it. I think I lost to it one time. I think I'm like 4 or 5-1 against it. I have to go check the whole dealio. So we bring in a lot of cards, and I always consider if I want to bring in the relics because I have a lot of spells that are quite bad. For example, I don't want any Evankar's Justice. I don't want Cower and Fear. I don't want any of the removal spells that only do 2 toughness. So usually I think I end up with room for 1 relic. Yeah. I leave the complete disregard in. It's not as great with the Crypt Incursion, but letting one of their creatures live is just a disaster. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in 1 relic just because it draws a card. I'll take all that stuff out. The other option is to leave 1 Evankar's Justice in so I can actually win the game, but I don't care how fast I win the game. You guys know that. You guys know that I don't care how fast I win the game, and it looks like my opponent is perfectly happy to concede when I've won the game, so no need to waste my time. Oh man, you guys know I hate Relic and Burn. You guys know it, and it's still true here. I still don't like it. Still do not like it in Burn. It just... Alright, Curse of the Pierced Heart. That's the best card possible against us, of course. So the reason I don't like Relic is it doesn't contribute to your clock. This could have been... So we'll see. This could have been 3 damage, I assume. I assume this would have been 3 damage. I'm going to go ahead and just play that. So we'll see exactly if 3 damage, like if we would have lost to 3 damage or if we lose to the Relic. Gonna go ahead and Brainstorm end of turn. Probably gonna shuffle away. Okay, gonna shuffle away 1 Teachings for sure. I do kind of want to keep another Perplex. I think I'll just shuffle away and exclude. If my opponent is playing right, they got rid of all their excludes anyway. I'm going to grab an island here. Alright. See what I draw? Pieces of the puzzle, huh? So I'd really like to only play this Talisman once I can protect it with at least 1 Hydroblast. Question is, am I going to be able to actually live that long? I'm going to play the Swamp here because I actually think I'm probably going to Perplex something. Needle Drop. That's actually a decent one to Perplex. I won't though. Bolt. Yeah, if I'm going to Perplex stuff, it's got to be soon. Otherwise they'll just discard their hand. I could get burned here by another curse, but I think I'm okay with that. One of the reasons I didn't really want to counter the Needle Drop is if they have like 2 bolts in their hand, they just double bolt me, and then they just discard 2 cards and like draw a new one with the Needle Drop. That might even happen here, like if they... Okay, they're Shard Volleying me, and let's see if they Fire Blast me too. Oh, they discarded their Smash to Smithereens? Oh no. Oh no. And a Thermo Alchemist opponent. Why is that in your deck? So I need an untapped land here to Innocent Blood this thing. Did not get one, and I can't really cast anything else, so I think I'm actually just going to play the Talisman and let my opponent have a Thermo Alchemist for a turn. No need to bluff anything. So the reason I'm doing this is Thermo Alchemist is probably gonna deal me 2 damage, and this will gain me 1, but it's gonna give me an extra mana next turn, and that's really important. Alright, so I don't know, my opponent could have Like probably killed me here if he had like a fire blast and stuff. So that's not a great draw right now, but I'll just innocent blood my opponent. Goodbye, Thermo Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Anyone watch that show? That's a show, right? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of anime. Gonna pop that. I'm okay with that. If there's anything good, I'll Fairy Trickery it. Otherwise, I'll just Teachings. Probably gonna Teachings for a Hydro Blast. And then I'll just blast this curse, and we'll be well on our way to victory. Alright. Island's a great draw. Needed some more lands. Not as good as a Radiant Fountain, but still a good one. Needle Drop. I'm not really scared of anything my opponent could resolve, so I'm actually going to Fairy Trickery that, and I'm going to Hydro Blast this curse. Let's get this stop back in my end step here. Yeah, they just don't have anything that I can't deal with. Hopefully they don't have Smash the Smithereens. That would be their best top deck. Yep. That's really the only good top deck in their deck. Anything else I could have beaten easily. And I can still beat that pretty easily, but it is pretty frustrating for that to happen to me. I'm probably going to Pieces of the Puzzle and cast this Angler. It's the most likely play pattern I would expect to see here. Hydro Blast and Brainstorm. A little awkward I can't hold up Hydro Blast and cycle. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get an island. And we will angle. This guy will finish the game fast enough. Alrighty. And I've got another Teachings in hand, so bolt me, huh? I think I'll let the bolt resolve. I'll just Brainstorm. Let's go ahead and shuffle both of these away, I think. Don't really want that stuff. Grab an island. Radiant Fountain, that'll probably seal it up for us. Now that my opponent can't draw, like if they drew double Fire Blast in a row, I don't know. I don't think that would have been enough either, but you never know. They just exile a Rift Bolt. So the problem with doing that is now I get to do this. And I'll just grab another Hydro Blast. Yep, we did it. We got 4 Hydro Blasts in my hand, so we're on to round 5. We've secured a treasure chest. Let's see if we can get a full-on trophy, or not trophy. Let's see if we can get 4-in-1 now.